Hey everybody, Brandon here, Mr. B's Fishing Things. We're setting up more stands again. How did that happen? Well, as my niece used to say, story time with Uncle B. Locally there was a tank for sale. This one right here. 6-foot aquarium. They don't come up very often in our area, and it came for sale on one of the local forums, Facebook pages. So we decided we should have it. So I went over and looked at it, talked to the fella. Next thing I know, there's 2 tanks for sale. And I'm thinking, well, you know, I resealed these tanks. One of them needed some work. I'll fix them up, maybe try to sell them. Get them home. Well, of course, you know what that turned into. My son, bad influence that he is, he says, well, Dad, there's lots of room in the fish room. Let's set them up. That's how we ended up here with new stands being built yet again. But that just raised a whole lot of questions. Do I have enough air? Do I have enough filters? Wire, need a couple outlets, barrettes. Alright, so what else are we going to need? I've gathered what I think we're going to need in order to add a few new outlets to help run the heaters and various lights and so on the new tanks. So let's get that done. I've got a few sponges, but not too many. Better order some of those. Yeah, let's get them into some tanks and get them seated. Have them sit there for a little while. Make sure that they're ready to go. See how to hook. So we got the new filters, got those in a tank so that they would start seating and be ready. Need a little bit more airline. We're going to add some airline to our existing, and we've bought a new pump to replace the old pump. Now some of you will remember I did a video on this pump when I bought this pond pump and put it in place. Worked very well for quite a while, by the way, but I did end up having to replace the gaskets in here. I did so with some gasket maker. Now some of you know that I'm a mechanic as well, and I had some cork gasket maker. I was able to make my own and put it back into service and use it for a little while, and it worked just fine. Carried on, and it's still going to be used as a backup. I bought the same type, just a little bit larger. So I'm also very mechanically inclined and able to repair this unit, continue to use it myself. So that's why I'm saying me using one and me recommending one are 2 different things. Keep that in mind. And so here it is, new pump. Looks very much like the old one. So, why did I get a new pump? Well, I thought I needed a little bit bigger one, and I was having problems with the old one. So do I recommend you get one of these? No. Here's why. They're loud as could be. I've got this set up in an entirely different area, hidden away, so that I don't have to listen to the noise. So why am I continuing to use one of these if I'm not happy with one of them? Well, it's pretty simple. Just because I don't recommend it to you doesn't mean it's not working for me. I'm in a situation where I can put it somewhere where the noise doesn't bother me at all. The price point is a factor as well, to be honest with you. And at this point, I'm just kind of trying to experiment and see if it is something that can be used long term or not. I have another backup, and we're going to just see how long this works. So what else did we need? Well, we needed more gravel. As you guys have observed in a lot of my tanks, I use a natural, locally sourced gravel in a lot of my aquariums. So we went and got some more of it. Got it all washed up, and it's sitting here waiting. Now what I will do is I will take some existing gravel along with the filters that are being seeded in some of our existing tanks, and I will take part of that out and use that to start my new tank. And then all I'll do is I'll simply add the new gravel into this aquarium. See, there's quite a bit in here. So I'll take at least half of this out, put new and old mixed together in my new aquarium, along with the sponge that we've had seeding in here for a little while, getting ready to go. And that'll give us some existing beneficial bacteria to go in our new aquariums. So how did I select which aquariums I wanted to seed my sponges in? Well, for me it's a bit of a no-brainer. This tank is one of the heaviest bioloads that I have. Why is that? Well, because it's got a couple of really big fish in it. It's got 3 Oscars in it. It's got a pleco in it. It's got a couple of banded laparanus. So the load on this tank is already pretty large. As a result, there's a lot of beneficial bacteria going on in here, and it made it an easy choice for me to seed a few sponges in here. How did I do that? Well, it's pretty simple. I just put them in, and then I took one over here and I even put it on the intake of a filter. It's sliding off there a little bit right now, but it's causing a lot of flow, which is helping to basically dirty up that filter for me. And I'm not going to clean them. I'm going to put them in. So that's all great that we're going to get our aquarium set up, but then that leads to this. This is our quarantine tank. What are we going to do for fish? Well, I've already kind of planned ahead of time and decided what it is that I want for fish. So I went ahead and purchased the fish and I put them into my quarantine tank. That's what this is. And they've been living happily in here now for at least a good month. They're eating well, they're growing well. So I've already got fish used to my water, and I've got a bag in here with media in it that will go with them. This should be an easy transition for the fish as well. This is another sample of a media bag that I generally do keep in my aquariums for just such an occasion. Helps us quickly start up a new tank, or if we've had a problem with the tank, we've got some cycled media that we trust and know. We can use it even in the event of a tank crashing, somebody's fish getting sick, or somebody needs to borrow some for some reason, or they need to get a tank started up. I've got some ready to go. So now what I got to do is wrestle the tanks down here, put them on the new stands, get them leveled up. For that, I'm going to need some... And luckily, I've got it. I'm going to need some help.
Okay.
So we got pretty busy moving tanks and stands around, and we didn't do a whole lot of filming. But truth be told, you've seen tanks carried around before, and you've seen me build stands as well. Here's one of the new tanks. And this is kind of how the fish room is evolving. And here is another one, and these are all new additions as well. Some of the stands got rebuilt and changed around a little bit. It's still a work in progress, but we've got some fish in some tanks that are cycling. Some are all cycled now. with the new fish in them. And we're pretty happy with the results thus far. There's still lots of work to do. But this is what the fish room's starting to look like here. So there we have it so far. Thanks for watching.